Family, we're back with another video, man. First and foremost, once again, as always, I'm very blessed and very thankful for all you guys for being here once again to come along with this journey with me in getting to know our boys together. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that now. These are the boys right here, man. These are the ones that are paying the way to different artists, but also people that just want to live positive and just do everything in a positive way. And I truly admire that from them. You know what I'm saying? But before we get started with today's video, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. eFamily, it's the same. It doesn't cost you nothing, just a little bit of support. That's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm very happy that you guys are here. I'm always excited to chat with you guys while the videos go up live, and stuff like that. And just so you know, sometimes I'm actually at work. So I'll be working and then I, try to throw in a comment real quick because I read something, and then I go back to work and then I go back to it, later on and stuff. So I do my absolute best throughout the week, to, keep in communication with you guys and stuff like that. So I appreciate it. And before, once again, another little thing, before we get started with today's video, for everybody that was here on Saturday, 9 p.m., I'm very, very thankful for you guys. Thank you guys so much for giving us a chance. Thank you guys so much for giving us your time. Thank you guys for being here, and just listening to us on our podcast. It was so cool. I saw a lot of people. I saw Boraje. I saw Purple Hearts. Now I made it so if you put a Purple Heart on in the chat on the lives, you get a Purple Heart with the trophy back. If you put Boraje, you get a Boraje back from Nightbot and stuff like that. So it's so cool, man. I'm so excited. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. And to be honest, just so you guys know, I don't say these things just to say them. I truly mean them. And I feel that it's important for me to keep pushing that positivity to you guys and letting you guys know how much I truly appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys are here for BTS reactions, and I understand that. But for the people that are taking it even further and actually watching us live, that means a lot, because now you guys are kind of entering our mindset, how we go along with life. Pretty much the same as BTS, to be honest, where we really try to move positive in different ways. We try to take lessons in life. We try to grow mentally. We try to grow spiritually in our marriage and just different things that we try to elevate in every single day. Is something that, we've always wanted to talk about. And I'm just thankful that you guys, were with us, man. And I was so excited to see that. I kept trying to not look at the chat because that's the thing we do. We don't look at the chat when we're just having that podcast because it's kind of like a one-on-one conversation. We are just literally talking about a topic that, we feel is important because we either went through it or we just passed that level, if you want to say. So those are like kind of important things to us where if we have not lived it to be able to say, okay, we beat that level, we don't really talk about anything that we don't know about, to be honest. So anything that we talk about, we've lived through it, we've had our hardships with it, we've done everything imaginable to make it past that level. And we just like to discuss it for you guys to kind of get to know us, and get to know our mindset. So I know you guys are all in the same wavelength as us. So if you guys want to come check it out, go ahead and come check it out. Today, we're going to be checking out another Boracity magazine video. I'm excited. This one is called Respect Your Seniors, Mock Your Juniors. BTS Lessons on Respect. Very excited about this one. You guys have been requesting this one for quite a while. And just a little update. I know you guys been asking me when there's going to be more music reactions. I'm actually going to cook one up this week. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be checking out the 7 individual members and their solo songs. So that's what I'm going to start doing this week. And there's going to be music. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to probably be checking out a Boracity video or another video where I get to learn about them. But I'm going to start dropping some music now. And we're going to start checking out their music and just getting into the BTS. Because I'm not going to lie, The BTS, I said. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard some songs because I couldn't help it. I'm not gonna lie. And I will let you guys know truly, and I always do. If you guys saw that video we did, I always let you guys know, hey, you know what? I've already heard this. Let me sing it for you guys because I like it this much, you know? But let's go ahead and check this video out. I'm excited. Shout outs to Boracity. You know what's crazy? I try to find her on Instagram so I could follow and show support and just kind of let her know, like, hey, just so you know, I'm reacting to your stuff. Big shout outs to you. But if she ever gets to see this, big shout outs to you. I love the way you do the videos. I love the way you give us so much perspective, so much information. So keep doing it. You're amazing. You're an amazing journalist, to be honest. So shout outs to you, man. All right, let's go ahead and get this going. Let's go ahead and get this one going. How you guys like my hat? I just got this one. Let's go.
In one of the latest episodes of Run Jin, Jin of BTS had 4 famous guests, a singer and 3 comedians. As comedians do, the first thing they do when they enter the room is joke about being there with ulterior motives. They each want to promote something, but this is no problem, a lot of guests do this. What has really started a lot of conversations within the BTS fandom is the reason why one of these comedians accepted the invitation.
진이하고 약간 사연이 좀 있는 게 셰프님 집에서 우리가 맛있는 거 먹으면서 얘기하다가 나한테 섭섭함을
At Chef Lee Yunbook's house, we were chatting over good food, yes. And he mentioned that I had hurt his feelings once.
토론한 적 있어.
제가요?
I did, yes, me.
기대가 있어요.
Don't you need to have expectations first to feel hurt? That's what I thought too. What could I ever have done to hurt BTS's feelings?
섭섭한 거 아니에요?
근데 나도 BTS가 나한테 섭섭한 거.
너무 부럽다.
I'm so jealous. I'm curious, what is it?
예전에 뭐 어떤 방송에서 나한테
We were on a show together once and he said hello to me, but apparently I didn't say hi back. Do you remember that?
인사를 했는데 내가 인사를 잘 안 받아서
전혀 기억은 안 나는데 너무
I don't remember that at all. How could you?
하신 거 아니에요? 너무한 거 같아,
야,
너무한 거.
너
그래서
너무해서
내가-
내가 더 섭섭하다.
너무
그래서
섭섭하다.
I feel so hurt.
그분이 주저앉았잖아.
So my legs gave out and I sank to the ground. I did that to you. That was bad, but the important thing is I wanted to clear the air, so I came immediately.
내가 너에게 그건 아니지. 그건 아니지. 근데 중요한 건 그것도 풀 바로 달려.
좋습니다.
This seems like it's not that big of a deal. This comedian is jokingly apologizing about a past awkward situation and Jin is joking about it as well. This incident is so insignificant to Jin that he cannot even remember what happened and he had no problem inviting this comedian to his show. So why is this moment being debated by fans? The answer is a little more complicated than it seems. So please let me finish the full idea. As BTS started growing in popularity, it only became more and more evident how truly extreme, normalized, and damaging power dynamics can be in the South Korean entertainment industry. Most K-pop fans are aware of the importance of respecting your seniors or sonbenims that exists not just in K-pop but in South Korea. It's a cultural thing. It's in their language. It's in all their interactions. Most K-pop fans also know the power that the big 3 K-pop labels have. So we know that the ones with power because of age, popularity, or seniority deserve respect. Junior groups should bow down to their seniors and not lazily, or there can be a scandal. Now, none of this is being praised or criticized by fans. What is actually being talked about now is how this dynamic is perceived by the juniors, especially the juniors with no company seniors or any kind of power. Because BTS started with no popularity, seniority, money, or power, they were expected to accept humiliation by their seniors, to not complain about it, and to show respect either way. Of course, BTS were not the only group to receive this kind of treatment, but they are the only ones who were able to completely flip the dynamic and expose it fully. BTS became the biggest group not just in K-pop but in the world. So now, the seniors who humiliated them publicly or privately a decade ago seem forced to apologize.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? This is why we personally feel here on this channel that it's always good to move in a very positive way, a respectful way, because you never know who you're going to interact with. You never know who could be who or anything, you know, and it's just in a good nature to be nice to people. It's good to give that positive energy. And it's like if someone gives some negative energy to you, it's like, stop it right there. Unless you feel that, a little disrespected, then that's a different kind of level. But for the most part, being nice to people is very important. And I literally live by that. So crazy that they were disrespected so much and not respected at all. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just like at a loss of words because I've seen a video on Instagram Reels where there's a video where they're walking past and the paparazzi's right here, and the paparazzi's not even trying to take pictures of them. They're all focusing on who's coming next. It's like, bro, BTS is literally right here. Everyone's looking this way. It's like, damn, that's so disrespectful, man.
This creates a complicated and sometimes emotional layer to this very simple clip. Like I've mentioned, K-pop fans know about the ways in which seniors should be treated because seniors call juniors out when they don't do it. But how did the seniors treat the juniors back? In the case of BTS, the response they got when they first started was literally nothing. As artists with no power or fame, they were not approached by anyone around them. In their book Beyond the Story, BTS explains that they were given no attention at the award shows. They were
giving no attention at the award shows. They were dwarfed by countless establishments, artists who were already beloved by the public. And because BTS was the only group from Big Hit Entertainment to attend, they did not have older colleagues from the company to introduce them to other artists. So because of that, the other artists that were in the building felt like they were superior to them. That's crazy, huh? Because I guess that's like a cultural thing, like she said, because it's like in their language. But that's kind of crazy, like, damn. That would low-key rub you the wrong way, I feel like.
Story, BTS explains that they were given no attention at the award shows. They were dwarfed by countless established artists who were already beloved by the public. And because BTS was the only group from Big Hit Entertainment to attend, they did not have older colleagues from the company to introduce them to other artists. No one spoke to them, and they could not approach anyone. All they could do was attend the award shows, step onto the stage to give brief comments and thanks, and return straight to the dormitory. The first two BTS albums had low sales that kept increasing little by little. These albums also got good audience reception. But of course, none of these matters to the industry or to other K-pop groups who were light years above them. BTS explained that this indifference by the industry didn't stop them. Let's remember that this treatment was mostly behind the scenes. We didn't know this was going on. So BTS simply stayed silent and continued fighting. What truly shocked them was their first public humiliation.
It's like a silent battle that they had to go through. And in order for us to not know what was going on. Well, I'm saying to us because I'm ARMY now, but I know whoever was actually following them during these years, it's kind of like they don't want you guys to know what they're going through because, it would be kind of like you guys would try to get backlash or something, but they moved so humbly that they didn't want to put that kind of negative energy for the ARMY to go against other people. And I feel like that alone shows how much more mature they are and how more intelligent they are when it comes to finding a different avenue to lead the ARMY. You know what I'm saying? Damn. The disses.
RM and Suga started their musical careers as underground rappers, and in some ways, they left this world to join BTS in the K-pop idol industry. This was not the easiest route to success though, because BTS's journey in the K-pop industry was so difficult. they lacked the resources and opportunities others had in the industry, and in many ways, they could have suffered less in the industry as independent artists or producers. But this risky decision and struggle didn't matter to their former friends from the rap scene. To them, BTS were just like the privileged idols from the big three, and they had to be called out. Ironically, BTS was not invited to many TV shows, so one of their first interviews was at a hip-hop podcast. This was the moment when RM and Suga were publicly insulted.
I don't want to get mad, yo.
They were accused of being sellouts, wearing makeup, performing as girls, and so much more.
When BTS goes up on stage and gets makeup done, isn't that conflict with hip hop?
선수들이 무대에 올라갔을 때 분장을 한다는 거, 또 메이크업을 하는 거에 대한 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데.
No, it's not makeup. It's a girl. It's like being a girl.
그게 아니라 여자.
와.
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
Oh.
그게 아니라 여자.
와.
하고 싶은
What is that to you? Wait, what? I'm so mad. Hold on. I'm so mad that I can't read. Hold on. What is it that you want to do?
게 뭐예요?
왜?
하고
Yes.
싶은 게
What is it that you want to do?
네가
Starving every night, even if I wrote and sold one song, I could even get 10 one.
이를 오가면서 그러면서 곡을 써서 파는데 불구하고
그러면 지금은 약간
Then you're kind of just temporarily doing it for money.
임시로 돈을 벌어서
아니요 그런 뜻은 아니에요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었어요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었다.
I want to change that into what? Bang, see you.
뭘로?
제가 당시요 미움도 없고 아무것도 없고
You guys were on the same path as us, but you couldn't win over the temptation.
그냥 같이 같은 길을 갈 수 있었던 사람들인데 뭔가 그걸 그 유혹을 못 이기고 같이 뭔가
All of this, of
Wow. And this just goes to show, honestly, the way I see this kind of stuff is the jealousy that these other hip hop individuals had for what they had going on. See, there's things that we need to understand that if you're trying to make it to a certain level in a career, there's certain things that you have to do and leave behind. And I'm glad that they both left behind this toxic ass scene, because I'm not gonna lie, that got me hot, you know. But I gotta say that I could admire and I can thank them for constructing their answers the way they did, calmly, and you know, just like I said, to be able to lead us into not going after them. You know what I'm saying? Because, ooh, boy.
of course, was
Start cracking my
excused and
hands.
celebrated because this is how hip-hop is. And teenagers Suga and RM were ready to respond with songs directed at everyone who insulted them, including this rapper 10 years older than them. RM said, "Taking an insult like that to our faces and from someone in the same industry. That was when I learned how to respond when you're walking down the street and you get slapped in the face out of nowhere."
That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. Didn't I just say that, or am I tripping? But I feel like that came out of left field for them, and it just came off as hate. You know, like I would have been like freaking. Like what just happened? Like, did you just ask me that? Like, what are you talking about right now? That's crazy.
Another irony is that a TV show finally reached out to RM and BTS, and it was to talk about this incident, which they accepted, by the way. Now, what intrigues me is once again, who are always the targets? There are many rappers in K-pop, and there are many underground rappers who become K-pop idols, but the ones who were called out were the easy targets, the unknown juniors, the nobodies. There is an underground rapper who in 2014 made a popular song dissing many K-pop rappers, although he became a big three K-pop idol himself just the next year. But that's besides the point. The interesting thing about this is that the K-pop rappers he dissed were always from small labels, never the big three.
You see, the thing that you gotta notice, he's trying to make himself feel like the better rapper because those names are not being known that he's dissing. It's like, in other terms, like let's say the big three that we had in the US, we had J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar, right? So they had their little feud. One of them stepped away, the other two went at it, and then one was victorious. He, on the other hand, took a different route and was like, "You're from that label. You're literally a local artist. I'm coming after you." It's like, what? That's kind of a lame move right there. I'm not gonna lie. Going against the smaller dogs, that's crazy. Instead of going after the ones that you should be going after, which are on your level, it's kind of weak.
Is real competition. So of course, he had to diss RM and BTS. After BTS grew in popularity, the rapper was asked why he dissed them, but he just gave the microphone to his CEO, who answered for him, saying that rappers diss each other. In 2024, 10 years after he dissed RM and BTS, the rapper admitted he was too scared of going after a big group.
I
그때
just said that.
그런 게 있었거든요. 왜 엑소는 안 건드리? 그때 솔직한 답변으로 엑소를 건드리면 죽을 것 같으니까.
And this is something I don't see a lot of people talking about. It's true that diss tracks are part of hip-hop, and RM and Suga know that very well. But consistently going after small rappers completely unprovoked, while purposefully avoiding confronting rappers from your same level of fame, I would say it's at the very least
Lame.
But this pattern is common because it works. Some attribute the downfall and disbandment of certain small groups to these unprovoked confrontations by bigger artists. Just keep this in mind. The big three didn't debut any groups in 2013. So out of all these 2013 small groups, only BTS survived. And in a way, surviving gave them even more trouble because as the unwelcome guests, everything and everyone was against them. People wouldn't call them by their names. They referred to them as those bulletproof best guys. So of course, the only opportunities networks gave the unwelcome guests came with false pretenses. BTS was invited to perform a collaborative stage with a K-pop group 2 years their senior at the 2014 Mamas. However, this was marketed as a confrontation, not as the friendly collaborative stage they thought it would be. This trick came at the worst time for BTS. This was a somewhat small, stressful situation on top of a season full of false hope and disappointment. After the school trilogy, BTS prepared a project that put the future of their team on the line. Their first studio album, Dark and Wild, and its single, Danger. They went to the US to shoot their first show, American Hustle Life, while recording their
You guys told me to check that out. American Hustle Life. When they came to the US, I need to write that down. Hold on. I'm so sorry that I'm doing this at this moment. It gave me that reminder that I needed. I'm gonna be honest. Because I remember in the comments, I seen that a few times, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't wrote it on my notes, so this is the perfect time to write it on the notes. So let's see. American Hustle Life. Okay. All right, there we go. It's in the notes.
They went to the US to shoot their first show, American Hustle Life, while recording their album simultaneously in a garage. They wrote, recorded, and selected songs more diligently than ever. They planned their hardest choreography and then changed it again and again to perfection. They shoot their show until 8 p.m., then they practiced their performances all night and went to the accommodations at sunrise, covered in sweat. They slept for some hours and then they started shooting again. They were so sleepy, they used to sneak into the bathroom to take naps.
Damn.
However, their big project didn't receive any nominations. Suga said, "We suffered so much for it. So why?" About this era, their book says, the grueling practice sessions leading up to the Mama performance were not solely because of the friendly competition. BTS was truly desperate. J-Hope says, all those performances for Danger were really exhausting. When we had that comeback with Danger, releasing the Dark and Wild album, we'd done about 20 music show pre-recordings and then went to a different program where they announced first place. We were told we had to be there, so we went up there live completely out of it. Then it turned out we weren't even candidates for first place, which I think was a big shock. J-Hope's shock was not purely due to their performance on the rankings. V tentatively goes into further detail about the situation. It's fine if other teams are named as candidates for first place. We just need to work harder. But at the broadcasting stations, we'd always be the first to say hello and greet everyone, the seniors and the juniors alike. But some people just ignored us or passed right by, or mocked us for not being candidates for top place. After the broadcast, we all got into the van together. Someone was crying, someone was getting really mad, and someone just couldn't speak. That unspeakable disappointment and that tear-jerking emotion was too much.
Jesus Christ. Like, hearing that, I really take it in a very deep cut emotion in the way that they said that, because if you think about that, for them to be disappointed like that and feel so down, that you got to think the different emotions that all of them have, the different emotions that they're going through. That ride back to wherever they were going must have been one of the most craziest car rides. Like, oh man, just because I'm not gonna lie, there's been moments where I've had these same emotions, not, you know, in their level, but I'm saying in my own personal level, where, you know, I feel like, oh, I'm failing at this, I'm a failure. Like, damn, I've been doing this for this long, I've been trying to do this, I need to just quit that, it's over, I'm just gonna, you know. For everyone to feel like that, it really hurt me to hear that, because like I said, I've been through that a few times, you know, because I've tried to do different things. I've tried to have, well, you know, I have our business pre-shop box, right? So I've tried to revamp that about four or five times, where we started selling one thing that wasn't working, so then it's like, scrap that, let's go ahead and fix it. Oh no, we need to fix the inventory system, scrap that. So many different things that one time I was really at that point like them, like so down on my luck and so disappointed, and I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm quitting YouTube. I'm quitting the store. I'm just going to work from my 9 to 5, and this is just what life is, and that's that. You know? And it took me a while to get out of that slump, because it was hard. It's a hard thing. So for me to hear something like that, it really hurts me, man, because I know exactly what they're talking about. But this is crazy. Oh, man, yeah. It's crazy. It sucks,
So the
man.
first podcast appearance served as some kind of trap. The multiple invitations to the winners' ceremonies also felt like traps.
Damn.
And their first collaborative stage was also a trap. Seniors made fun of them in front of the camera and behind the stage. Now it's the turn of the variety shows.
Before we get to the beautiful part, the rise, I already see the title. I'm going to be so happy. But imagine the amount of respect you have to give to especially these two. Because think about them getting talked to like that. Think about the disrespect that they're showing in their face. As humans, we're going to react a certain way. We're not going to let that fly. We're going to end up getting down. We're going to end up, it's like, you know what? You feel that way? Let's catch that fade real quick, you know, type thing. And it's just kind of like, man, you know, like I said, so much respect for them. They move in this world so positively, and they don't let none of these people, none of these little things get in the way to the goal that they're trying to reach. And I admire that so much.
Now it's the turn of the variety shows.
Let's go. The rise. Let's go.
2016
BTS was finally getting some real recognition in 2015. The fandom was truly growing, so Jungkook had his first solo variety show appearance. Jungkook enthusiastically bought food and drinks for everyone as a gift. However, the cast rejected the food and made fun of Jungkook for buying it.
Okay, Jungkook is my guy, man. Jungkook is my guy, bro. Woo! When I tell you I have not heard a voice like Jungkook, I'm not lying to you. I am not lying to you. This man has vocals that I respect. So how dare they do this to him? That is insane.
As a
What?
gift. However, the cast rejected the food and made fun of Jungkook for buying it. They accused him of giving them leftovers.
Feels like it's leftovers.
아니 새 거예요. 아 진짜 새 거예요.
The cast gave the food back to Jungkook and walked away.
받았어.
이 꽃길이 무슨 길이냐? 자, 이상하네.
Jungkook and walked away.
안 받았어.
이 꽃길이 무슨 길이냐? 자, 이상하네.
아 이거 치워라. 아 이거 뭐 이렇게.
Jungkook seems shyer than normal the rest of the episode. These are some comments about what happened. You're missing the point that it's variety. It is part of variety to be rude. It's Korean humor. Jungkook is not the first or the last to be quote-unquote disrespected on TV. It's variety. Let me repeat. It's variety. Acting rude is honestly one of the mildest things that could happen on Variety. I honestly wonder how would you guys have survived if this was second generation, where comments on Variety were straight up biting lots of times, and games were physical and taxing.
Okay, you guys would know more than I do, but is this true? Are they supposed to be rude? Because I know there's some shows that, you know, they throw some jokes here and there and it's supposed to be a little disrespectful to get you out your game. There's restaurants that do that here in the US where they are rude to you on purpose and things like that. So is this what they were supposed to do and he just took it and Jungkook just took it a little too harsh? Or let me know, please. Please timestamp it and let me know. We're at 3 or something. I don't know. 30 something.
And once again, I need to bring back the topic of this video. In this scenario, Jungkook is the junior. He is showing respect. He is bringing a gift. But the expectation from him is not just to show respect. It's also to accept humiliation, which he did the rest of the episode, showing no complaints. He even urged fans to stop voting for him, as to not offend the rest of the cast. Not long
Those ratings for that show must have been insane. For him to really be like, please stop, please stop voting for me.
Long after this incident, BTS was invited to perform at the Busan One Asia Festival 2016. BTS were included in the promotions. ARMYs bought tickets and tuned into the online broadcast. However, at the last minute, the event posted a comment in the online broadcast which said, "Due to circumstances of the artist, BTS will not be appearing in today's broadcast." This was a lie. BTS had their makeup, outfits, and microphones ready. Their fans were there in the audience, but the show ended and BTS was completely cut.
You're lying.
After the performers left the stage, BTS refused to leave, and they performed their full set in a stage with leftover confetti while no cameras were rolling. This
The show must go on. You know what, man? On some realness, I am so thankful that I got to know who BTS is. I'm an ARMY member now. Boracity to the family. Cause what? The disrespect, man. The disrespect. What are you talking about right now? I'm sure that place would have been so like they would have sold the tickets, you know. I don't I'm not gonna knock it. You know, maybe there was other liners there that people were excited to see. But I know for a fact that because BTS was, let's say, on the flyer, whatever, to promote this concert, this was sold out within, minutes, probably, to be honest with you. But damn, that's crazy. They cut them off, and they still went out there and performed like they were the ultimate headliners, and it didn't matter what they were doing to them in that moment, because in that moment BTS will rise over anybody that's hating on them. Love that.
This type of fighting attitude as a response to bullying and mistreatment must have really pissed off the industry. Remember, the Big Three didn't create any groups in 2013, so no 2013 group should survive. But BTS was not just surviving, they started to become a real threat to their seniors. In this context, it's important to understand the future hostility BTS will receive in the industry. BTS started outselling the biggest of the biggest groups in K-pop, so the easiest thing was to accuse BTS of everything. Big Three fans accused BTS of the illegal practice of sajegi, which basically means that they were buying their own albums. This was at a time when BTS's label didn't have the means to do something like this, especially to the point of outselling the Big Three.
Yeah, and I remember Bora did mention the fact that didn't really make sense, because if they were trying to buy their own albums, how would they when they didn't have the funds to do a lot of things? They were really about to go bankrupt, So just a little, I know you guys know, but anybody that doesn't know, I know these things, I know some of these things.
Big Three fans accused BTS of mocking the music of Big Three groups when they were just singing along to it. Big Three fans accused BTS of copying multiple Big Three groups, from outfits to common phrases. When BTS received their first music show win, when they held their own concerts, or had any special moments, Big Three fans joined forces in movements of hate so big that BTS has addressed these campaigns multiple times. Just because BTS started outselling everyone, Big Three fans called award shows customer service and made petitions to the Blue House to investigate BTS and award shows. BTS was brought to court, and they of course won their case. They organically outsold the Big Three. But many of their fans still believe that for some reason their groups were being sabotaged. You can easily find these fans today. After all these petitions, BTS still won major categories at Mama 2017. And at the award show, a Big Three group cried. If you search for any of these videos, Big Three fans are still convinced in the comments that their favorite group was crying because they were robbed. Some accused BTS of cheating, while others accused the award show of being biased and favoring BTS, ignoring that BTS simply had the biggest year any K-pop group had globally up until that point. Now you may think, who cares about baseless accusations by fans? This is just a fandom thing that went too far. If senior groups would not even acknowledge BTS backstage, do you really think they wouldn't join this hate train as well? The odds really are against them, but that's behind the scenes, so we don't know with certainty. What we know is that after the hate campaign started, as always, BTS continued fighting. They performed at the Gaon Music Chart Awards in February of 2017. During their performance, the organizers at the event showed a very generic no-signal background, but apparently a Big Three artist used it first, specifically a YG artist. A YG stage producer then posted a picture of the background on her Instagram account with the caption, our hard work, and a puzzled emoji, insinuating that BTS's stage is YG's hard work. BTS copied them. The family of two of the members of the YG group liked the post, which motivated Big Three fans to accuse BTS even harder. Now it was not just fan wars. The family and producers of Big Three groups were then involved, and no statement from Big Hit or the award show themselves clarifying that BTS was not in charge of the background could stop it.
방탄소년단 방탄소년단 방탄소년단
방탄소년단
방탄소년단
방탄소년단
BTS
BTS
방탄소년단 BTS.
BTS started 2017 with this terrible situation, but as I've mentioned, their attitude of never letting others stop them finally started paying off. In 2017, BTS became the first Korean group to receive a nomination at the Billboard Music Awards. They attended and won, so that year they had their American TV debut at the American Music Awards. Now the roles start to shift. The ones with popularity, money, power, and sometimes even seniority are BTS. Big three groups were then losing major awards for the first time ever. And despite their losses, they somehow managed to be the big ending performance at award shows, leaving audiences confused as to why the actual biggest group was not getting the biggest stage. But most times, big three groups would simply boycott the shows. If they are not given awards, they are not attending, and they are not performing, sometimes making their company's juniors protest with them. Now, while at the top, BTS continues choosing to do something I don't know I could do. They choose to forgive. After that underground rapper turned K-pop idol dissed RM, BTS, and other small rappers, RM met him backstage and they high-fived. Although they are not friends, they really do seem fine with each other.
디스하고 하셨고
네.
RM님도 바비님의 의도를 알기 때문에 맞받아서 맞디스 해주고 하면서
네네.
재밌는 그림이 나왔는데
그렇죠.
In 2021, BTS was invited to the variety show hosted by the comedian who rejected Jungkook's food and made him feel uncomfortable. Jungkook reached out to him privately before the show, and during the actual show, they laughed and hugged.
더 못 써준 것 같아요, 진짜.
나쁜 표현은 늙었다.
아니, 저는 그렇게 표현한 적이 없습니다.
기자하기 전에도 제가 문자 드렸어요.
before the show.
Although his brother added fuel to the fire by liking that plagiarism post, BTS seems to be okay with this singer. Jimin even collaborated with him. TV networks that mistreated BTS are now apologizing. That underground rapper who insulted them in their first podcast appearance asks for forgiveness every couple of years to get some attention, because
See, there's some people that you can see that they're doing it in a real lighthearted way, but if you're just doing that for attention, that's crazy.
he always retracts his apology. And on top of everything, celebrities we thought never had problems with BTS are now jokingly telling the members in their own show that they also disrespected them back in the day. Every year, there's a reconciliation with no real public apology. Having mistreated BTS in the past and being good with them now is almost an achievement. It's something to be jealous of. But what about the feelings of that small group crying in their car after being humiliated on TV and behind the scenes time and time again?
Oh my god, dude, being humiliated on TV is crazy, man. I'm sure a lot of us don't like to get humiliated. A lot of us probably, personally, I don't really get humiliated like that when it comes to like stuff like that, because I'm okay. I don't know, it's weird, but I can only imagine, being humiliated like in their position with millions and millions of people watching. I can understand why they would feel the way they feel. That's
What
crazy.
about the hundreds of groups being bullied to disbandment because of unprovoked confrontations started by way bigger performers?
시작하겠습니다. 둘, 셋, 버! 안녕하세요. 방탄소년단입니다.
It's amazing and incredibly mature that the BTS members are continually choosing to forgive and move on, even purposefully hiding the identities of the idols who mocked them in their debut years. And
Wow.
what comes as extremely difficult to process as fans is the overall feeling that comes with this new performative respect given to BTS. And I'm saying performative because many times this respect comes with this backhanded compliment of "I show you respect because you have power, not because I actually respect you as an artist or person." When celebrities talk about BTS, how many times have we heard, "How can you say that? Armies are going to kill you. I didn't mean it this way. Please don't come after me."
나 BTS를 진짜 좋아하는데. 나 잠깐만. 선배님이 경고했잖아. BTS 선배님 얼굴은 다 외워.
This attitude is not new. Remember that the big three rapper didn't diss his actual competition, not because he respected them, but because he was afraid of their power. So when celebrities start showing that they are okay with BTS despite past controversies, they keep highlighting the idea of respect because of power and not because of actual respect. It feels
Damn.
not genuine.
That's the worst, man. Not having genuine or getting that genuine respect is crazy. We move on respect. That's like a big thing personally in my family. It's like we try to teach that to our kids even, like, hey, respect will take you a long way, keep it A1 with people and stuff like that. So that kind of rubs me the wrong way, man, because it's just like, damn, like people are kind of wild.
And sometimes it's proven to be not genuine. Sometimes apologizing to BTS gives someone attention. It creates jealousy. So how can we even begin to distinguish which one is genuine? And also, should we even think about it? I've noticed that the BTS fandom is very welcoming to anyone who associates with BTS. It doesn't matter if they are famous singers, song producers, backup dancers, or interviewers. This is an overall good attitude. But
That's
we need
dope.
to remember that at the end of the day, this is an industry. The mainstream entertainment industry doesn't always have the exact same type of dynamics between juniors and seniors that K-pop has. But the idea of respect because of power and not because of actual respect exists as well. And just because someone working with BTS treats them nicely or compliments them non-stop doesn't mean that they are friends or that they truly like BTS's work. I'm not the one saying this. BTS is. RM said, "We run into several kinds of artists overseas. There's the kind who are like, oh, you guys are famous these days. Good job, I guess. Go for it." And seem to look down on us a little. And those who are all business and go, I really want to do a song with you. And then there's a third category of people who are oddly positioned between those two. As an exception to these three categories, RM mentions Chris Martin of Coldplay. And by the way, this is the only friendship BTS had a section for in their book. Knowing BTS's story, it's normal for fans to highlight the good interactions. It's nice to see that after everything they went through, BTS are finally receiving respect and common decency. But the respectful interactions we see on camera are not always what they look like. And I believe we shouldn't be pressured to thank, celebrate, and follow the other celebrity for being respectful. Unless I'm an actual fan of their work, I'm not following anyone who says hello to BTS. But that's just me.
I love that. I love that. And I did say that earlier in the beginning of this video, actually, in some part. I did say that they move with a lot of respect. They turn the other cheek. It's okay. They're not going to come at you a different way because they understand that in their industry, in the way that they're running the music game, they're running it as a true leader for armies to understand that you don't need to go down those rabbit holes, or you don't need to go down those negative paths to be able to kind of get them back. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, you did that to me. It's okay. Let my career make the reason why you're always going to be jealous of me, why you're always going to be upset with me, why you're always going to know that I'm better than you, because BTS is on top. It's just that simple. I love that.
At the end of the day, the BTS members are the ones deciding to move on. They are finally in the position to brush off the bad interactions, accept the superficial ones, and forgive the old ones. And one of the reasons they want to move on is because they want to stop juniors and small artists from going through what they went through.
That's awesome.
Never pretends their juniors don't exist. BTS greets everyone around them. BTS doesn't reject their juniors' gifts. They are the ones giving them. BTS gives their juniors encouraging words.
Wait, I saw something.
They are the ones giving them. BTS.
Letter translation to J-Hope. Hello, we are Cat's Eye. It's such an honor to receive advice from you today. As artists, we truly have so much respect for the path you have walked to get there. Thank you for always influencing us through your performance and music. We put our heart into the album. So we hope you'll look upon it kindly. Thank you so much for setting aside some of your precious time for us. Cat's eye. That's dope. That is dope.
As gives their juniors encouraging words.
I love
Some
that.
idols are even surprised that BTS would be kind, which makes me wonder how other seniors interact with their juniors.
Right?
근데 정말 놀랐던 게 너무
It surprised me the most is that BTS were so kind to us.
저희한테 친절하게 해주셔서 제가 너무
You know what? And that's the beautiful thing about giving that type of vibe to people and just being nice to people. And that's what we just talked about on the live on Saturday. That's so crazy how this is aligning. And it's literally as simple as a simple good morning, a simple nice gesture, and a simple I like your hat, I like your shoes. A simple nice gesture, a simple respectful conversation, anything that you're throwing out into the world positively, what's gonna affect someone so positive. Because just think about it, a up and coming artist interacting with BTS and BTS showing them respect. You know, they bow to each other, they say hello to each other, they conversate a little bit. That's gonna mean so much to that up and coming artist, those individuals. It's gonna spark them up to be like, I wanna be exactly the same way they are. You know what I'm saying? I wanna be able to make it to, you know, the top levels in the music industry and do that for my juniors. And then that cycle starts to continue, because it's like that cycle needs to stop, because that's crazy for them to go through so much in their career, and instead of taking it a mean way, they took that into, let me change the game and truly change the way that we're going to interact with the juniors, the way where we're going to be nice to all of the people that are trying to make it in the industry, because they understand that it's hard. So they're not going to disrespect them. That is such an encouragement. That's crazy. That's amazing. They even
what
they even shook our hands. What? So they don't even do that. That's crazy. Wow, that's amazing.
we know
like
for
that.
sure is that BTS is purposefully using their seniority and fame to change the experience of
I
junior idols.
just said that. I love this series. We're all right here. All of us are right here. I feel like we need an emoji of like something like this, because that's just us all the time. I feel like I talk about something and next thing you know, Bora talks about it and you guys agree with it, because you know we're just in that same wavelength. It's so dope.
아니 선배님이랑 진짜 사실 이렇게 대화할 기회가 없으니까
그냥 말 걸면
You
돼.
could even come up to me and talk to me.
아 이게 말을 못 걸겠어요. 저도 선배님들한테 다가가기가 좀 어렵다고 해야 되나?
It's a little hard to approach the senior
저
artists.
사실 너무 긴장하고 왔거든요.
왜요? 그 누구보다도 후배
When junior artists come and see me, I try to give them a lot of advice.
들이 오면 상담을 많이 해주는 편이에요.
사실 형한테 너무 감사한 게
I'm honestly really thankful to you, because no one else looks out for us as much as you do.
그 챙겨주시는 형이 형밖에 없어요. 형한테도 물어봤었어요. 형 왜 그렇게
I even asked you once, why are you so good to us? Wow.
저희를 챙겨주세요. 약간 형이 우리 아니면 너한테 이런 얘기 누가 해줘?
우리는 선배가 없었잖아.
네.
선배가 없었고 너무 힘들고. 근데 우리는 물어볼 때도 없어.
We're going through a tough time and we had no one to ask for advice. So I thought, who'd look out for these guys if I don't?
내가 안 챙겨주면 누가 챙겨주지라는 생각이 좀 많았었거든.
사실 이런 선배님이 많이 없다고 생각해요. 찐으로 너무
I'm so
감사하고
thankful to
형한테
you.
대인배라고 느껴지는 모먼트가 있잖아요. 취향이 얘기했던 대로 나는 그럴 사람이 없었다. 근데 본인은 해주잖아요. 나도 저런
Positivity.
선배가 돼야겠다.
나한테 돌려줄 필요는 없고 후배들한테.
You don't have to give it back to me. Just give it back to artists who come after you and pass it on. Yes. Yes, we just said that. We just said that. That's the impact that they're going to be giving to the juniors that are going to come after them. And that's so important to change that cycle, because all of these big wig, big head people that just want to be disrespectful because they feel they're above you, like, forget all that, man. I love the fact that they're going after what they're going after. They're making a staple in the game, and they're using that for positivity to be able to encourage the next junior, the next big K-pop artist that's going to come out and show them the ropes the right way. Give them advice, talk to them, give them that conversation, that encouragement.
이렇게
Come on, man.
넘어가면
그냥 공식적으로 하고 싶은 얘기가 그냥 저희는 형들이랑 선배를
I just want to say, to officially say, since we have mentors like BTS, and you'd probably never say this to yourselves, but there's no one else like them.
뒀잖아요. 당연히 선배님들이 본인들이 입으로 얘기하지 않으시겠지만 진짜
There you go.
이런 사람들이 없다니까요, 세상에 그냥.
Here's some
He
of the
loves that.
translation of one of the many BTS songs about the dynamic between juniors and seniors and how they want to change it. It could be a strenuous journey. The path I walk may have looked like it's made of flowers, but know that it was a thorny one, with enemies surrounding on all sides. I hope you never forget those who throw flowers onto your path for you. When you're smiling, don't ever forget about those who are crying, because it's your smile that helps them live through the day. When the repetitive schedules erase you, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to take a brief rest. Cry.
The chills are here. The chills are here. Look at that. The chills.
Crying, because it's your smile that helps them live through the day. When the repetitive schedules erase you, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to take a brief rest. Cry out loud when you become to hate the world. When the hands that used to greet you turn into fingers pointed at you. You surviving on snoozes to get closer to your dream. It's okay to rest. Today at least, don't even dream. When you silently show me a faint smile, only then I feel a little relieved. This place is a war zone without gunshots. Your peers are your enemies. The brutal yet beautiful good and evil, determined by numbers. When I fail to kill someone else, I become the one to die. Why do I have to kill someone when this scene is not a boxing ring? I hope you never laugh at someone else's misfortune, because you never know if you'll find yourself in the same situation. Behind you, growing a dream while watching me. I'll always be standing, so don't worry too much. If you're afraid of falling, I'll gladly catch you. So don't suffer like I did.
Okay, hold on. I love those lyrics, and I just have to listen to them one more time. No pausing. I just want to really listen to that. That was amazing.
One of the many BTS songs about the dynamic between juniors and seniors and how they want to change it. It could be a strenuous journey. The path I walk may have looked like it's made of flowers, but know that it was a thorny one, with enemies surrounding on all sides. I hope you never forget those who throw flowers onto your path for you. When you're smiling, don't ever forget about those who are crying, because it's your smile that helps them live through the day. When the repetitive schedules erase you, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to take a brief rest. Cry out loud when you become to hate the world. When the hands that used to greet you turn into fingers pointed at you. You surviving on snoozes to get closer to your dream. It's okay to rest. Today at least, don't even dream. When you silently show me a faint smile, only then I feel a little relieved. This place is a war zone without gunshots. Your peers are your enemies. The brutal yet beautiful good and evil, determined by numbers. When I fail to kill someone else, I become the one to die. Why do I have to kill someone when this scene is not a boxing ring? I hope you never laugh at someone else's misfortune, because you never know if you'll find yourself in the same situation. Behind you, growing a dream while watching me. I'll always be standing, so don't worry too much. If you're afraid of falling, I'll gladly catch you. So don't suffer like I did.
Dream.
Wow, guys. Wow. That was honestly one of the best videos that I've seen personally, because that really spoke to me. It really spoke to me in a different level. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was an amazing, amazing show that you don't need to follow the industry. You don't need to follow any of these rules. If you just move off of being true to yourself, loving yourself, showing respect to others. But not only that, like they said with the juniors, being nice to them, giving them encouragement, giving them your wisdom, giving them a little bit of advice that they're going to be able to take to the moon, man. Like all of the things that I just heard right now, and especially the last lyrics that Bora was reciting, I gotta say, this video was truly, truly amazing. It gives me that much more respect for BTS as a collective, as the way that they move, as the way that they want to change the industry to truly have a positive light in it in a very dark place. You know what I'm saying? How is it that some of these juniors are so surprised that BTS shook their hand? You mean to tell me that the seniors don't come around, shake someone's hand? What? Like, they're so far up their ass, they don't understand, like, the impact that you can give to someone that's coming up just by, hey, how's it going? Good to meet you. Oh, you're doing this? Oh, let me tell you, you know, what I did. Like, come on, man. Simple. Simple. I like your song. I like your performance. It was amazing. Simple. They don't even do that. That just it's just that to hear that was kind of like, damn, like the simplest acts that are not being met by other idols that BTS is actually implementing into the industry are quite amazing. They're quite, if you really think about it, they're small acts of kindness. The smallest acts of kindness that they do, and they're respected for it because nobody's doing that, and they're showing that with a little bit of love, a little bit of respect, this can go a long way, and they're respected and loved by many. With that being said, make sure you guys let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this video. And once again, if you guys want to discuss anything, timestamp it for me so I know what we're talking about. And I'll get back to you guys, you know what I'm saying? But thank you guys so much for watching another video with me. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And if you guys haven't followed us on Instagram, make sure you guys do so. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.